Hi, my name is Sarah. Welcome to my EDUC 526 Capstone video. This is my final project for my completion of my master's degree in digital teaching and learning. As you watch this video, you will learn a little bit about me and how I came to achieve this degree. You will see the results of an action research project I completed, and lastly, see an overview of my first grade curricular unit I designed on plant and animal habitats. I'm excited to show you the love I have for education.
Ever since I can remember, I've always wanted to be a teacher, and that has never changed. I attended college at the Master's College in Santa Clarita, California, where I earned my bachelor's degree in elementary education. After graduating early and taking a semester off, I was on my way to student teach at Simpson University in Northern California. It wasn't until last minute that I decided to switch schools and go to Azusa Pacific University to be closer to family and friends. During the first week of classes, I switched from the regular student teaching program to a program called PDS. PDS allowed me and 5 other students to complete our classes and student teaching all at the same elementary school for the entire year. Halfway through the year, I found out about the Master's in Digital Teaching and Learning program and decided to get my master's degree. Since I was already taking courses towards the degree, I might as well finish with a master's. The greatest thing I have loved about the master's program is that I was able to take all of my courses online. This was very beneficial to me because I knew that I would be moving around during the completion of my degree. I have joined all of my classes virtually while in California, Idaho, Arizona, Oregon, and now New Hampshire. Every course I have taken has taught me something new and valuable for my career as a teacher. EDUC 511 was an introduction course where I learned how to use live binders, which is a great resource to store and share projects with other teachers. In EDUC 512, I learned many new tricks and tips for technology that I already knew about, like word processing and Keynote. EDUC 514 was my favorite class where I learned how to make digital videos and use them in the classroom. Digital videos are a great way for students to get involved with the content. EDUC 515 taught me the importance of social media like Twitter, blogs, and Google+. Using social media is a great way for teachers to stay connected and ahead of the game when it comes to evolving technology. In EDUC 522, I learned how to incorporate Bloom's taxonomy, Howard Gardner's multiple intelligences, and technology into lesson plans. I was able to create a unit plan on plants and animals that meets all students' learning needs on many different levels by incorporating technology. EDUC 526 was the capstone class that combined everything together. I created an online portfolio that showcases everything I have learned and gained from this digital teaching and learning experience. My action research is an inquiry into adolescent response to various communications media.
At the beginning of last fall, my husband and I drove across country and moved to New Hampshire, where he started an internship at a church in Keene, New Hampshire called Crossway Church of Keene. During the first couple of Sundays, we both noticed that there were many youth in the congregation, but Crossway Church had no youth group. We decided to start a youth group in the church. After planning out details and finding new staff members, the only thing left was to let the youth know, and that is where the idea for my action research was born. I wanted to see what was the best ways for the leaders of the youth group to communicate to the youth using various forms of technology. After looking at forms of media, my husband and I decided to try MailChimp, Google Groups, Facebook, Instagram, text messaging, face-to-face contact, and public oral announcements. The youth group meets every second and fourth Sunday of the month, plus a monthly youth event. During the experiment, our youth group met at 8 separate times, and I was able to send out a total of 12 media messages. My husband and I decided that the messages would contain information about upcoming events, prayer requests, and a question that demanded a response. Each time a message was sent out, I kept track of the number of recipients it was sent out to and the number of responses I received. This allowed me to have data for each media message as well as have data for the overall research. The results of my study were somewhat surprising. The best types of media that were well responded to were MailChimp, Google Groups, and face-to-face contact. The media that was not well responded to was social media like Facebook and Instagram. From these circle graphs, you can see that MailChimp had 77% response, Google Groups had 65% response, text messaging had 36% response, Facebook had 28% response, and Instagram had 18% response. As you can see from the overall graph, email and personal contact with the youth worked well, while social media did not work as well. Even though this research project is over, I will still continue to study this topic. My husband and I still run the youth group and are excited to get involved in the teens' lives. We want to know how to reach them most effectively to have an effective impact on their lives. For now, we will continue to use MailChimp and Google Groups to share important information with them. As the youth group continues to grow and change, the most successful type of media communication may change. Overall, this research project was a great experience, and I am excited to see how this topic continues to develop and how God will use it in many ways. My curricular unit for this portfolio is a 15-lesson unit plan designed for first grade on plant and animal habitats. Students will learn how plants grow, the different needs of plants and animals, and how animals survive in their habitats. This unit incorporates Howard Gardner's multiple intelligences, all levels of Bloom's taxonomy, and many forms of emerging technologies. Throughout the unit, students will complete a total of 6 projects that help them accomplish the objectives of the unit and gain knowledge of the standards for the unit. These projects are designed to meet students' individual learning needs and are assessed using rubrics. Week 1 focuses on the needs of plants. Students will learn how plants grow, identify the parts of plants, and understand the needs of plants. For the first activity, students will watch a video on the needs of plants. They will then plant their own seeds in some soil and watch as their plants grow throughout the 3 weeks. Students will journal the growth of their plants using GoodNotes. The entries will include a description of the plant and a picture. For the second activity, students will use iMovie to make a video clip focusing on the parts of plants. Students will work in pairs and make a video as they dissect and identify the different parts of a plant. The second week is on animal habitats. Students will learn about forest, rainforest, stream, coast, and desert habitats. For the third activity, students will write an informative paragraph on one of the habitats. They will then post their paragraph to the class blog and discuss their findings with the class. The fourth activity is a directed draw of a stream habitat. Students will learn the characteristics of a stream habitat by watching a video from National Geographic. Then complete a directed draw using the iPad app Paper. Week 3 focuses on the needs of animals. Students will learn how habitats support animal needs. For the fifth activity, students will complete an animal picture collage. Students will draw animals from their favorite habitat using the iPad app Classic Board, and then create a picture collage using Pic Collage. They will then write a short description of the habitat. The sixth activity is an animal flowchart. Students will create a flowchart on 3 different animals and show how the animal's needs are met by the habitat the animal lives in. Along with these 6 activities, students will also participate in many technology-filled activities that enrich their overall learning environment. Students will have an unforgettable learning experience as they use technology to help them learn all about plant and animal habitats. While this experience was hard and demanding at times, I would not trade it for anything. The knowledge that I gained from this program will equip me for years to come as I teach in the classroom. I know how to create a classroom environment that is equipped to engage students in technology-enriched lessons that meet all individual learning needs. When it comes to teaching, student learning is what it's all about.